All right, let's do it. Do it. Yes, yes, y'all and Johnny Boy be ballin'. Fastest freaking show in MLB, absolutely anywhere. Oh, with your boy. With your fucking boy, yo. Big Johnny Stud coming here worldwide. Brooklyn, New York, as always. Coming out that damn chair as always. Sorry to keep jerking around the start time. I want to be early selfishly. The longer the show is on the vine, the more people get to, nibble on the fruit. I think we're stuck here at 9 a.m. Give me a little window to 9:15, but that's where I want to be aiming every day. Sorry if I throw anybody off of their regular routine, but the show will be waiting there. Who am I? The goddamn sugar. Your host, John Legaza. Follow me up on Twitter at that handle. Flow sharper than razors. Check it out on Substack. We're $2 a week. Make sure your dreams come true. 8 pounds of shit in a 1 pound box. The box is getting smaller. The volume of shit is getting larger. We are rocking around the clock. All of the things that you get, when you roll with us. I got to go through the tabs sometimes. Right? You get the first 5 full game Algo scores, bullpen stuff, team stats, advanced, sorted, binned, lefty, righty, soon to be time split. The cooked bullpen report, of course. Sortable pitcher stats. We got fantasy baseball waivers, doing some picks. And then, how could we forget? The best part of waking up. Pitching sheets in your freaking mug, bro. Oh, yeah. No one doing it quite like us, know what I mean? Jelly bean. Full game slate today, and I just realized I have no idea when the games are. Are they early? Are they late? I don't know. Oh, right. Everything is late today. Oh, man. These are my favorite. So we're going to get right into it. Remember, if you get comments up before I rip la máquina, you will get the shout out. If not, you got to wait until the very end. I'll answer every single question. We brought the timer, right? We're streamlining the show. We're going to try and be a little bit more professional. Rose Baby up in a bitch. What's up? Good morning, fam. Let's have a day. Then we got user dash, lots of numbers. Let's go. And Tybin, 17. Keep up the amazing work. John, appreciate it. What? Let's do this, Brutus. Jeff L, 9020. Time to make the money and the donuts. This is baseball's version of 300. Give the book nothing. Take from that bitch everything. This ain't fucking madness.
This is Sparta!
If that don't fucking get you going, I don't know what will. All right, let's start with the Algo, and we're going to work backwards. Again, I always try and do a little bit too much. It's always been the name of the game, but I got to get these shows in at a normal time. I'm not doing myself any favors. Bullshitting. Don't be a cheap bitch. Sign up to the Substack. Support good people. Doing good work. Give yourself a leg up in the information war. All right, first up, Merrill Kelly going for the Snakes with shapes on their back against Trevor Rogers, like the reclamation project of the century, and the Orioles minus 147. Kelly making the debut, which is usually a fade for me. Rogers has been humming, which we normally freaking love. This one, you got to like. Baltimore, it's just that, the price is starting to hit where it's a little meh because the offense has just been okay. You could see up on the board. It's not like you're getting this giant separation from the Diamondbacks. Let's see, Diamondbacks have hit lefties pretty well. Rogers not invincible, though he's been really good. I'm always such a bitch when it comes to these prices. Look at yesterday was probably a fine example. 2 favorites that were heavy we could get. Of course, I forgot to set the clock. I just did it. Heavy favorites, with plus money odds on the run line. I was talking about the great debate, right? Should you take both run lines? Should you take both money lines? Should you pair the 2 money lines together? The reason I like the 2 run lines when they're plus money is if you get one, it's a profitable venture. If you parlay and you lose one, like I did, Garrett Crochet, your bet ends up in the toiletta. So, not like there's always a clear answer, because, the results are going to help you find that answer. The problem here, wind blowing out. Also, I don't really have that, really strong validation. I like to get the model up near at least a full run. Plus, we're at home. We might not get the extra frame. I'm kind of doing the sourpuss face because of the price. I'm going to mark Baltimore money line. Again, on the show pick sheet, these are not all bets that I go live with. But people are interested in, I get that a lot. Where are the show picks? They love it. For people that listen, feel like we come to good conclusions. And if you listen but then miss the show, you feel like, boom, like that's like the cliff notes, knowing that I may not go live and everything. Just give you an idea, an opinion, what the show's opinion was, if anything. See, I'm pretty much stuck right there as we wrap up on this one. Again, I don't love the win situation. I don't love the lack of the ninth frame situation. So there's a couple of stinks in here, but I definitely want to get at Merrill Kelly. I think Baltimore probably does work. I want to shout out my guy, MLB Dream. I put out the Calcs call for a team total page. I want to shout out Wager Talk. Again, they don't pay me. Maybe they should. They have a pretty strong live page. As I'm bullshitting, I'm bringing it up right now. It's your kind of, your old-fashioned kind of board read. Although, for whatever reason, these sheet-based sites wreak havoc on my damn Chrome. I'm like freezing. I don't even know if I'm skipping. Oh, I am effed in the A right now. So I'm going to have to forget that. Oh my gosh. This live stream is crashing out. Never actually had this happen before. Let me see if I can get this thing on track. All right, the window closed. I think we're back. So I won't be opening that again. I'll have to do that work before marking the 3.5s. If Baltimore is a 3.5, I like it. And if it's decently priced 4, we like it. Other than that, I think we're going to move it on. Next up, Nat King Cole Reagan's on the bump for the Royals with cheese. He's a plus 106 slight dog. We like that. On the road against Framber Valdez and the Detroit Tigers down an 8 Mile. I mean, I've always been a Framber guy, but Reagan certainly has some topside. You want to ignore the ERA over the last 72 and a third. You can see it's not reflective at all of all the indicators and the stuff. He does everything. 15.5 swing strike, 29 KBB, 75 zone contact. That's pretty awesome. He had a 66 left on base, 362 BABIP, 14 homer fly over those 72 innings. The luck stool is fucking wobbly as shit. So Reagan's has topside. This year, it's been a struggle, though I think that last start, he was awesome, if I'm not mistaken. These little tangents are harder to do under the gun. I'm going to see if I can get one in. Soon we're going to make the move to the 2026 data. And I'll leave 2025 data up so you can incorporate it how you like. I won't leave you out in the cold. But we're going to be moving on from it. Oh no, did he get hit with a comeback? Or I'm sorry, I was thinking about the start before. He went 6, scoreless, walked 1, struck out 8, and they say he's fine. Valdez also scuffled. He's good, right? People are kind of overreacting to pitchers with very strong track records in too small of a sample to be doing that. Tigers have to have the edge on offense, though the WRC plus. Oh no, he's pointing Tigers. The Royals kind of power stuff is quite a bit stronger, and the more I look at this, the more I'm like, WRC plus on the team level, maybe it's not great. And the reason I say that, I supplied it because people were asking. I wasn't using it, not because came to the conclusion that I'm getting towards right now. It's more just because I don't know what it is. So I'm less likely to believe, other than like me, we have these bins on purpose. You don't have to memorize every number. You come to, compartmentalize this stuff. And yeah, it's weird. A lot of times, again, you see 14 WRC plus for the Royals, 14% worse than average. Tigers a little bit better than average. And it It doesn't feel that way. I'm getting the feeling WRC Plus is kind of result based. You know, right? Rated runs created. The Tigers hit for better average, had a better BABIP. They scored a lot more runs without all the underpinning stuff. So maybe I'm looking at an under here. If you're going under, I think you should go first 5 because the bullpens have not been good. Algo says, yeah, pretty much that. Though again, it's hard to go under these F5s when they're 4. Excuse me, that's hard to go under these F5 U4s. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting. Yesterday was a damn bonanza. Again, these are all independent events, and you can't let yesterday sway you. But it's going to be hard to go under at all with that. So I think I'm on a damn fence here. Maybe there's a clue in the F5 pricing. KC is even money. I mean, I that's probably the bet that I like because I'm a little underwhelmed by Detroit. And I think Reagan's has the top side. So I'm going to go KC first 5 at even money and moving on up. Miles Michaelis on the bump for the Nats, plus 155. Dog their way in the Steel City to face Mitch Keller and the Pirates. Again, you see all the red and the high totals. Do not double count when you see the wind blowing out emoji. There's a lot of work being done here for you. If you still think I'm low, listen, that's a different story, right? If you think I'm modeling low, that's a different story than you adjusting for wind. Okay, I just want to be clear. I hate when people double count because I haven't informed them. If you're going to double count after I've warned you, like, you know, you're on your own. We're all adults here. So this one's pretty much scoring or nothing. I mean, Michaelis is pretty much trash. It's hard to believe he's even starting right now. The terrible stats you see over the last 169 innings, just as bad, if not worse, this year. 12.4 ERA, 2.35 WHIP. Those are all the way at the end if you're new. Welcome aboard if that's the case. 2026 only on the end. Everything else, we want to be forming our opinions based on the larger sample. Again, we'll be drawing away from it, but I do have the basics because you want to see. Keller's been awesome. I think he's pitching over his skis a little bit. 4.5 Sierra, single-digit KBB, but he's clearly the better pitcher in this one, right? No question. Again, I'm getting away from the timer. I keep fucking forgetting. So scoring or nothing, Pittsburgh should be favored. That said, this price is crazy. This reminds me of Will Warren and the Yankees yesterday. Like a slight pitching edge, but not enough anything anywhere else to kind of justify that wild price. Did the Yankees win yesterday? They might have won yesterday, but it was a fucking fantastic voyage if you did it. That one was a clear over, and I think that's kind of the feeling I'm getting again. You don't want to be paying minus 185 with all these ridiculous, kind of red flags and stuff. Nats, the better offense. Pittsburgh striking out too much. Are you going to get that from Michaelis? Probably not. So a lot of balls in play. Bullpens have been whacked, especially on the Nats side. I guess you could sell me if you really wanted to twist me on an Pittsburgh cover, but again, I don't have it because I like the Nats offense. I think they do work. I don't necessarily buy the Pittsburgh bullpen. All right, so like I said, I'm going to skip forward on the clock, and I think we'll move it on. Let me just fill in my... Yeah, this one is up over... Man, it was 09, and they're 09.5s are starting to pop up, but they're even money. So if you hustle, you'll get a flat 09 at a regular price, minus 112, minus 113. If you have to go to like minus 125, I don't want it for the flat number. If we were getting that for 8.5 to get the determinative run, to push us to the win column in the window, that's kind of a different story. Next up, Robbie Ray going for the Gigantes, San Francisco Treats. They're on the road, minus 110, both ways in Cincy to face Brady, the wedding singer, and the Reds. On its face, you got to think we have the pitching edge with Ray. Let's take a look really briefly under the hood. Yeah, pitching edge to Ray. Better ERA, stronger whip. I mean, Singer really pitched to contact at this point. There's no swing and miss. He's a little bit more wild even. Doesn't induce chases. So I think that's important when it comes to the Giants. This Giants offense has kind of stunk, but they've made contact. I think they're going to need that, right? They've been like a doubles team. The Giants offense is weak. You're seeing the better part of it last 7. Now remember, as I'm talking, if you're looking at the video, I'm flipping along the tools as I speak. This is the breathing commercial for the fucking Substack, right? How the tools work with the analysis as you're thinking. You need things that match up. Everything is in order. Everything is fucking set. You need to be able to work like that. I tell my kids and my wife all the time when they're doing shit, whatever it is, you're painting, doing fucking Play-Doh, whatever it is, clean the workstation first. Cooking, same. Clean the workstation. Clean the workstation. That's fucking real advice. That shit fucking, I'm telling you. I know I'm kind of compulsive. I don't want to push my fucking OCD shit on people. I'm not like a light flicker, but I'm telling you, man, it matters. So Giants kind of showing a little bit of, what we might like from them in the future. Not saying we want to overreact to it, but the point is they do have some talented bats there. And I wouldn't overreact to the trash narrative, even though I kind of put it on them. They're not world beaters, right? We want to be careful. They're not world beaters. But I think, again, you're in a good hitting environment. Singer is known to kind of pitch a contact. Algo has Giants ahead by a nose, Giants for a win by a nose, but coming in slightly under. Giants' pen has been no picnic. Reds' pen has been no picnic. I was talking shit on smaller samples, and I'm a pitching honk. So for me, this is, Giants get the win with Ray on the bump. They do just enough to get there because, again, we're not really paying a premium. Next up, Colin Rea going for the Cubbies. Baby Bears on the road, plus 120 dog down on Broad Street to face Aaron Nola and the Fighting Phils, minus 143. I don't think I could pay that price for Nola. He had a money start the other day. He's off to a good beginning. So was Rea in a little bit we've seen from him. I don't know if I'm buying either one. Nola always kind of up and down, right? He's one of those like every other year guys. The disciplinary stuff is not bad. It's not as bad as I had stuck in my mind. I just got to be fair, right? Nearly 18 KBB, 30 CSW, 36 chase. These are the things we like. The luck stool was wobbly. Maybe he bounces back. Maybe I'm not giving Nola enough credit. Rea pitched a contact right now. That's not what you want to be doing against the Phils. Year-to-date offense first. Gotta like Phils as far as contact, but the Cubbies' discipline stuff has been pretty strong. We've been talking about this. Cubbies' underpinning shit is rumbling right now. Not swing and miss. No fucking chase. Winning in zone. Taking walks with lift and pull. Hitting it hard. It's coming for the Cubs. Plus, they're stealing bases. Cubs' offense is about to fucking take off. I'm getting worried it's today. But again, I have this preconceived bias against Aaron Nola. Last 7, Cubs starting to move. See, again, that's really how you see how, samples are kind of speak to you. So we're starting to see the bit of production. Now I'm really worried about Nola. Philly's bullpen has been damn good. Maybe pumping the brakes on the over. This one's got the wind blowing out. So for me, it's probably scoring or nada. Man, totals at 5 and 9.5. I think I'm taking my first thanks, but no thanks on this one. Again, for me, it's over or nothing. I'm terrified of Phillies. I'm terrified of Cubbies winning. I don't think I could lay any kind of juice for this shit. I don't want to pay for the 10th run. We know when there's wind in Philly, they could score 1 million runs, and the offenses look good, but Harper, it's really Harper and Schwarber and Brandon Marsh, if I'm not mistaken, and that's it. While I was calling out the tools, I also forgot I do have a individual hitter tab, right? I have some total base stuff for you to do research and stacks for DFS, but also if you want, you have a filter set for the team. It's set by plate appearances and team. You go down to Philly and you get a really good snapshot. It's really all my thing, right? You see the snapshot for the Phils all at once. Power has been good. The discipline's been clean, and I think that's been the key to the success. Schwarber is always going to strike out a bunch, but he's not chasing, so we want him aggressive. He's fucking going nuts. He already has 6 dongs. Right, you can see they're knocking in tons of runs. You'd like to see a little bit more X slug from the back end, so scoring or nada in Philly, and let's move it on. Next up, it's the Angels and Reed Detmers on the bump. Heavy fucking dog, 150 dog. Reed Detmers is a 150 dog is interesting blind against Ryan Weathers and the Yankees. Weathers coming off the good start last time. A few people, very sharp fantasy players I know, were a little quick to discard him. Now, this is not just like Yankee glazing. It's more, this is an iffy track record, right? He was a cheap fantasy asset. You were getting the first round pedigree. You were getting the high upside with the big velo. We hadn't really ever seen it all put together. I don't think the expectation should have been hit the ground running. That's all I'm saying. So I think there's talent in the arm for Weathers. I think he's really good. I think the same to be said for Detmers. I would love to go under on these guys, but the situation is really poor. I must have missed on the game total. Very rarely, I was going to say very rarely that you get a 5, 8.5. However, the 9 is a minus 105, so maybe you do. That'd be interesting if this is if that's a bullpen cap. You don't see that very often. Yankees bullpen's been good. Angels bullpen's been bad. Just like yesterday, it's hard to bet against the Yankees. The offense is starting to click. We told you it was going to happen. It's not 4D chess. I want to call the pitching a wash. Detmers is cleaner on the spreadsheet. I will give you that. This year, Weather's been a little bit better in their 16-inning sample. So again, pitching for me is a wash. Yankees have to have the edge on offense, though. How similar are these two teams? Bad average, too many Ks, tons of walks. This is both teams. They don't chase, they lose in zone. Tons of fly balls that they pull. Yankees have been a little more consistent with getting the barrel, getting the hard hit ball. But the Angels are not the Yankees, right? They're the discount version. They've probably been better the last week, though once you see the Yankees start to rumble, they can take that and run with it, right? Sine waves. Yeah, so if you can get a good 8.5, I think that's it. But it's really scary trying to go over on pitchers. Again, to me, this is a no thanks. You want to be going over in the environment, that's for sure. And we like the way the offense is scored, which is with home runs. But damn, there's a lot of arm talent to be going over. I think, that's fair. It's not nearly what it was yesterday, right? I'd much rather be going over Kikuchi and Warren than Detmers and Weather. So I'm out. I'm going to take the Poussoir route and just kind of hit the eject button on the full. We got a full slate. You don't need to really push everything. Max Meyer and the Fighting Fish from Florida on the road in the Dirty Dirty to face Raylo and the Bravos. Plus 135 for the Fish, minus 159 for the Braves. This one, when I saw it, my first instinct was to check the F5s and see if this was a 4.5. This one felt like an under 4.5 right in the bat. When there are pitchers that I think I like more than the market, that the books maybe struggle to price, they'll generally take the milquetoast route, which is 4.5. When you add these two together, you're very close to the 4.5, so I know it doesn't look like, we're not way under. It's 2.3 and 2.1. That's a lot of 4s, a lot of 2.2s, and worse. I think both of these guys are good on a per inning basis. Myers off to a very good start. Raylo off to a great start. And I think these are two pitchers that you want to ignore the spreadsheet. The Raylo stuff is gross, but the samples are small because injuries had crept in. So always remember, as much of a spreadsheet kind of herb as I am, you don't want to overreact. The offenses have both been good, and I think that's right. That's obviously the fail point. I'm kind of going towards pitching. Also, we've seen Miami maybe degrade a little bit as of late, but they're always going to have a floor because they steal. But they don't take walks, and there's too many ground balls. Good way to get the double up. I think Marlins offense is generally kind of unimpressive. As much as I like them because they're pesky, they're not hulking at all. Braves starting to mash, so I do like the Braves to win. It just worries me, and it's reflected in the model. It's a little bit too close to pay that price, I think. All right, so that was like really well kept on time. Like that was a perfect example of what I would want this to be. And in another life, all these would get like exported out to fucking other socials, right? Maybe maybe I have to hire a producer. Okay, who's up next? Looks like Sunny Day Gray on the bump for the Red Laundry. They're minus 140 favorites on the road against Mick, King, Abel, and the Twinks. That beatdown yesterday was legendary, and it's especially in something like fantasy where everything is long-term and big samples and stuff. It was crazy to see really accomplished high-stakes players, my guy Matty Davis and Dave McDonald. Dave is first overall in the main event right now. These guys are fucking accomplished, high stakes, well-known players. We're saying, right, so my point was I trust their opinion. My question was, like, what does that do to you? Like, what does that do to your ratios? I'm a points league player. I'm a best ball guy. Those translations ratios are hard for me. So I had to ask, and they were like, you're sunk, like you're fucked. Dave, I think, showed me a team that had all the suckers yesterday. Like, Yuri got cracked and Crochet got cracked. And he's like, those teams are cooked. Like, I guess maybe you could win a league. I think they were talking about overall. Now I realize I have to ask him that. I think you could win a league. They must mean an overall. Like, because, right, you need 70 clean innings to clean up what fucking Crochet did for you. All right, I got to restart the timer because I didn't do anything yet. So, Gray has been really good. I have to take an L on him. I thought after that arm strain and the age curve, I thought he was going to be fucking cooked. I just thought he was going to get hurt. He's not only not been hurt, he's kind of reinvented himself with less velo, and he's been awesome. And he's been awesome with 70 left on base, 320 BABIP, 14 homer fly ball. Got to be fair, right? Even guys I don't think we're going to succeed, he's doing it in my grill. 21 KBB, 30 CSW. This is going back 197 innings. It's a fair sample. Coming out of the box, he looks like a fucking ace. The strikeouts have been crazy. But again, I think that part of the game is waning. Sonny Gray, high IQ, understanding the in and out, the up and down, changing the eye plane, pulling the fucking string. Now, Abel is a more interesting case. He had been terrible before this year. He has the breakout spring. I had to look at his shit this year. I think it's been up and down. They also jerked the usage, if I'm not mistaken. Right, he made like a kind of a surprise relief start. He's had trouble with the command and the control. I think that's the hang-up. When 3 1/3, walk 4. When 4, walk 3. When 6, walk 3. He's lucky to get away scoreless, had given up 9 runs in the 2 previous altogether. So I think I'm a little bit higher on Abel than I should be because of the prospect stuff. I mean, you got to like Boston in the bounce back spot after that, after getting sodomized in front of 35,000 fans or whatever. Yeah, this feels like a boomer cap. Twins bullpen is ass. I think they have the edge every way. Algo, like legit not buying it at all. I'm going to IKB the Algo. I don't do that a lot, but I am. I'm going with the boomer cap. Huge bounce back spot, right? That's like a thing people say. And we kind of have pitching edge, and we have bullpen edge. Minus 140. I don't think that's being reflected. I wonder if people are overreacting to yesterday, or if they're doing what I did, and they're being overreactive to young pitchers opposed to the, kind of boring guy that is way more likely to shove. And on its face, I like the Red Sox offense more than I like the Twins. I know they haven't really produced, and the Twins have been kind of a nice surprise. I went L7 first. This is full season, but you know what? When you look at the Red Sox, you can see the improvements. And I wonder if the Twins are probably heading towards a down leg on the sine wave. Next up, Sugar Shane McClanahan for the Flat Fucking Fish of Florida. Rays minus 139 dogs down in Chi-Town. To face the White Sox and Noah Schultz making his professional debut. Of course, me, shiny new pitching toy, total fucking honk that I am. Former first rounder, you know me, homie. You know I was chasing this in fucking fantasy. You know I'm tempted to fucking bet this crap. I am. Was surprised to see the book giving Schultz the respect that they did, because his total is at 4. And again, the minus 139 is a sign of respect. Now, I want to tell you Schultz is going to be the guy that you just saw to start this year in the minors. And if you're unaware, he's been absurd, and absurd might even be an understatement. 129 ERA, a .43 whip, a 40% strikeout to 4% walk. I mean, talk about forcing the call up. He went 4 shutout, walked 1, struck out 5, went 5, gave up 1, walked 1, struck out 5, went 5, gave up 1, walked none, struck out 9, and they said, that's all I can stand, and I can't stand no more. So you want to ignore the Schultzy stuff, because again, I went back 25-26 through the minors. It's bullshit. McClanahan, I think, is very good on a permanent basis. He was kind of losing a bit of the stuff, right? The junk, the cheese, the filth. And it hasn't really picked up. I don't want to say I'm worried about Shane coming off the injuries. But the more I look at this, the more I really am a total mark for this crap. White Sox offense has been gross. Rays offense better. But this is the WRC plus thing. It's better. And again, we like the approach. I understand. Like, they should be better. But the Rays are not good. The Rays offense is not good at all. And they've been dog shit last 7. Like, they're legging down. White Sox have been no picnic either. I wish this one was under 4.5 F5. I'd go there. I think you got to bet the White Sox or not at all. And I would go F5. And it's taking the plus money odds on this, like, Schultz continuation. You know, because, listen, I know I kind of pooed it a little bit. Youngsters coming up, we like to fade debuts. There are absolutely cases, and a lot of times it's been these young guys with the pedigree and all the nastiness. Right, Messick came up, he was filthy. Early came up, he was filthy. Mizurowski came up, he was filthy. It happens. But again, these are generally guys that fit certain archetypes. Maybe guys that were, not say held down too long, but maybe were already ready. Schultz kind of showing that he belongs. I'm probably taking the F5. I want to put a number on it first. It's only plus 113, which is not great, but it is good. And you can get bailed out with the push. If I had more confidence in McClanahan, then I'd probably be really pushing for the under. Hold on, give me 1 second. I forgot to mark the Atlanta-Miami under. All right, let's keep this train moving. I think we're doing good on time. I mean, again, even though I haven't been perfect with the clock, I think just knowing that there is one has been a little bit of a help, but it's always past the half-hour mark. So let's get it. Kevin Gausman on the bump for the Bluebirds, plus 105 dog down in Milwaukee to face the previously mentioned Jacob Mizurowski and the Cheesemakers. Miz is like my guy. The thing is, Gausman is another one of these Sonny Gray, way better than people realize for an old dude, that we should not be burying this guy at all. He does everything. The indicators are strong because it's command and control. The command and control is elite, worth a call out. The Miz, that's been the hang up in his game. The ball rate is too good for this walk rate, but that's generally a sign he doesn't want to give in, which I get. As much as I love The Miz, I'm a mark for him. I mean, hard to give him a clear pitching edge. You know, if you told me I'll give him the edge, that even bears out right now. Gausman is like the Cy Young. He's been like the best pitcher in the game, and I think we have to note that. Toronto offense has been a bit of a letdown. Milwaukee's discipline has carried them, but the rest of the shit is whack. They steal. They get on and they steal. That works. But that's not congruent with the way people describe them. Oh, Milwaukee is raking. You know, that kills me. I heard at least one show, the big WRC Plus. There it is again. Be careful with that shit. Now, last 7, you could see the Brewers are heading into the tank because the BABIP dried up. The walks dried up a little bit. People are attacking them in zone, and they haven't done shit with it. Blue Jays been much better last 7. I have Gausman as the F5 win. I think that's my play. If I can get Gausman and these Jays plus 113 F5, I think that's what I want. I hate to go against my guy Miz, and I do think he'll be good, but this is more about like understanding ranges of outcomes. Can the Jays get him? Fast forward to tonight. Yo, Miz goes 6, gives up 2, strikes out 9. You're like, yes. It could be 2-1 after 5, and you win. And it's weird, right? It's hard to think that. We generally want to think of like, you're betting against him because you think he's bad. And that's not always the case. So now that I feel like I prefaced it in case anybody in the Mizurowski clan is watching this show, please know that I like totally like stand for this kid. Next up, my boy Joey Cantillo on the bump for the Guards, minus 120 against Michael McGreevy and the Cardinals. Love Cantillo. That was one of the better calls that I had towards the end of best ball drafting season. Double tapping the 2 guards at the end. Go Mexican Cantillo. These guys are not being owned. Tap, 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 tap. It's been awesome. Unfortunately, I was swapping them out for Horton. His season is done. And that's just part of the fucking game that we play. So Cantillo, really good. Looks like he's found that last piece of the puzzle. And he legit looks like a frontline starter. 2.45 ERA, 22 KBB so far this year. McGreevy also equally as impressive. Not as much with the strikeout stuff. He's more of a contact guy. Like, yeah, fucking newsflash. He pitches for the Cardinals. You can see that on the board. The disciplinary stuff is a lot weaker for McGreevy. Cantillo much more likely to get you the Ks. But McGreevy with the, big ground ball rate, he's going to get the double plays. I'd like to see a bit more command and control from these type of guys because I think you really need to hit that lower 4th. You really need to be around the edge because the misses get punished. Now, not that I necessarily love the Guards' offense. We were talking about this yesterday. The terrible disciplinary approach has really improved. It's starting to bring up production, right? They run. There's been some lift. There's been some pull. That's the Jose Ramirez effect. Now L7, they're looking really good. I think you can strike while the iron is hot. Cardinals offense is really Jordan Walker or nothing right now. They're ground ball machines. They don't hit the ball hard, 29% hard hit rate as a team. Last 240 PAs. Not really loving it. Cardinals bullpen has also been pretty whack. So give me the Guards to win this one full game on the road. My boy Cantillo, I think, shoves. Love the pricing on that one. Hopefully the Cardinals don't get us with the devil magic. Who the fuck? What? For some reason, this was not listed at all today. So it should be easy enough to analyze. These are the perfect examples of not wasting your time. Sometimes it's getting to the point where it was don't waste your time doing pitching analysis and cores. Now it's getting to the point of just don't do pitching analysis with the freaking Rockies. It's all gas, no brakes in this one. Over or nothing. Michael Lorenzen for the Rocks against Colton Gordon making his debut for the Stros. Who the hell knows what you're going to get? What we've seen from Gordon last year, he hasn't pitched in the bigs. Right, that would be the only time you see a blank in the 2026. So these numbers are 86 innings going back to last year. He's been trash. Lorenzen, listen, from time to time, you see a good start. Right now, you're pitching a contact, and I think that's the issue because the Astros offense has been awesome. One of the bigger surprises probably so far this year. I guess they've cooled off a little this week. That's going to happen. You're going to have built-in flaws when your discipline is whack, but Jordan Alvarez is the fucking man, and like Cam Smith looks like he's taking a step forward. And I even like Loperfido against righties. Rocky offenses kind of sucks, but they're doing the sellout thing, which opens the pathway to produce, which means right there, all in on. They kind of chase, which we hate. They strike out, which we hate, but they're lifting, elevated balls, and they get them out, plus they steal. Rocky's offense not completely impotent. As it warms up, I think they'll actually become kind of dangerous. Now, again, I'm not really big into splits this early. Rockies versus lefties has been a weak split, like a very weak split. If you're trying to pitch me Gordon outlast Lorenzen, who gets rocked, I guess fine. But to me, it's over or nothing. Again, are they listed? Let me just check really quick. Okay, DK posted, whatever. The Astros are a minus 195 favorite. This is just fucking stupid, man. Again, my attempt to try and get the team totals totally crashed me out. I made a memory adjustment, like a usage thing with Chrome, and I think I fucked myself. Go fuck yourself. Now, this is I kind of did a no tangent show today. That's the best way for me to keep these game breakdowns under 2 minutes. This one is a particular one I want to see the team totals if they're listed. Rockies 3.5 minus 115. Astros 4.5 minus 125. The reason I'm saying that with the inflection, okay, that total's only 8.5. I thought when I saw it, I was way over. But now, see, I have to re-rack this because it wasn't listed. The only thing that I had up was a 9.5 I saw out there. When they relisted the 8.5, that had to pull up mine. So for me, it's over. Let's just go over. I wasn't going to go over 9.5, but I go over 8.5. I think these guys kind of suck. I can't trust Gordon in the debut. I know you're taking a risk anytime you're betting on the Rockies to fucking do anything. But I'm over. I'm going over this one. I'm not buying it. Houston offense has been awesome. I think they get to Lorenzen and Rockies offense, despite being disappointing. Like, I'm not really buying the Gordon thing. And if I'm not mistaken, Houston bullpen is awful, right? And again, just with that one flip, Houston bullpen on the season, 6.6 ERA, 4.44 Sierra, 1.7 whip, 260 batting average allowed, 15% walk, 49 fly ball, 47 hard hit, 17 home runs. They've taken 6 freaking losses already. Over! Yeah, come on. Fuck out of here. So right now, if there's an edge in any of these markets, to me, that's been it. The exploitable edge is identifying these awful fucking pitchers at 185. And you're either, again, I don't know if you're necessarily going the other way. There's a reason they're heavy favorites. Our argument is they're too heavy of a favorite. They're more likely to give up runs than being assumed. And I think those are the overs, right? That's what we're finding runs. In these juiced up games, the assumption is one team's going to kill the other one. But what's going on is the eyebrow is raised because the other team is probably a little bit better set to succeed. Next up, Brian, woo! Nature Boy. The Nature Boy, Brian, woo! On the bump for the M's. Minus 122 favorite on the road against Michael King El Rey. Going for the Friar Tucks, minus 105. This one I'm expecting pitching and lots of it. Love both of these guys on a per inning basis. Wu is ridiculous on a per inning basis. As good as anybody. Legit as good as anybody. He does everything. Elite command and control and can get you to reach. He could win in zone. He really does it all. Michael King, that top side after leaving the Yankees that one season, we haven't really hit that again. Again, you work up in the zone a lot and you're going to miss. You're going to give up homers. As I look through this, and I do like Michael King, and he's been good to start the season, not as good as Wu, 1.5.78 ERA whip combo from Wu on the season. This one feels like a bit of a misprice to my guy Wu. Maybe a little bit of disrespect here. And again, King is good. Oh, you fucker. That must have been a full game price. Why is the book so obsessed with getting us to take Seattle full game minus 120? I just saw Seattle best price F5 is minus 145. That's a bit heavy of a tax. Seattle offense has been dog shite, and we know it. Padres offense not too far behind. They've been better, but not that much better. Disciplinary stuff for the M's has been disgraceful. They have to clean that up. Now, we have seen them start to take a few walks, and that's been very helpful. Even swipe a few bases. We like the underpinning stuff from a power perspective. Lift plus pull, generally the way to get there, especially with men on base from the walks. Padres offense definitely better than the M's right now because they're getting power plus speed. And the underpinning stuff is pretty strong. Not strong enough where I think you're shoving one of the best per inning pitchers in the league. Also, both bullpens have been really good. So I think you're missing me on that price. Like, I'm going to take it. Let's go Seattle with the full game win. I'm sorry, just to be completely honest, because I have a thing about that. It was 122, the number I saw, not minus 120. Again, I don't have I have to work in real time and can't fuck stuff up. Always get the best price. I think Seattle wins. It kills me to kind of bet against King. And again, I think the Pods are good. But I'm going to go nay. I forgot to mention the bullpen stuff. I have it up was Baltimore and the Yankees in case anybody was asking about that. Back on track. So yeah, I think you could take Seattle. I think people are a little too tough on them. I think you have a pitching edge at a good price, and I think that's kind of the name of the game. I'm also, again, just not terrified of the San Diego offense. So yeah, that'd be the call. We got 2 left. Doing pretty good, making good time. Then I'll rock through the comments. Appreciate everybody. Please like and subscribe. Over 400 subscribers, which is fucking awesome. To my podcast people, appreciate you all. That's doing better than it ever has. I mean, it's so flattering. I may be bordering on a sponsor, So shout out to all you fucking crazy fucking Spartans out there.
This is Sparta!
Really means the damn fucking world to me to take a bow. And let's wrap it up strong as always. 2 sound effects. I forgot to take a drink, so hold on. I try not to kill you with, the pig with his fucking nose in the trough. All right, let's get these 2 in and out. Yesterday, okay, let me be very clear. I want to look you, my beloved, people in the face. I'm not arrogant about these games, at the very least. For all the work we do and the deep understanding we display, we're really very fair about range of outcomes, understanding fail points, how these things go wrong. Never guaranteeing. That 4.5 Texas line yesterday was fucking crazy. I almost bet my left testicle on that fucking bitch. That was a massive misprice for me. A massive misprice. Athletic Stadium, I forgot I don't know what the fuck it's called, Connor or something, whatever the fuck it is, Sacramento. It's not being priced as a run-scoring ballpark right now. And I think it happened again today. Of course, we almost lost the testicle bet. We scored 3 in the first, had extra men on that inning, almost cashed it easily. Men in scoring position the inning after, didn't cash it. Score the inning after. Jake Berger had a home run robbed. It wasn't like a massive shot, but it was over. And I think Tavares got it. I forget who got it. Sorry. Then we ended up getting it late. But yeah, that's a note. Keep an eye on these athletic team totals. If you notice, okay, I'm over. I'm over without the pinball effect. So let me go back to the sheet. You can see we're kind of on the over. We love this in the 8.5 situation. We're to 4-4. Get to the tie. Plus our favorite is on the road. We should get the 9th frame. I'm a little bit worried. I kind of have the same exact take I have yesterday. I want to check this, the totals. If I only have a couple in mind, it's okay. Dream, thanks again. Last year for people, I used to highlight all the 3.5s on the board to make easy lineup. If I could find a menu, I will do that. And that'll make my life easier on the show also. But now I have to see this because I'm just having a little bit of a tough time. Now, it's not cores where everybody automatically gets like this full boost, but almost. And yesterday we were worried about the A's offense, which kind of sucks, getting shoved, but the number being too low, especially on the Texas side. Them winning, covering, us being afraid of the price, but it probably getting home. But them almost certainly getting over the team total. It's like a complete copy and paste of yesterday. Mackenzie Gore, greater than sign. Jeffrey Springs, he has poor velo. He works up in the zone with a bad fastball. He's going to give up home runs. The Rangers are a 4.5 team total at even money. We're getting 9 frames. I'm going to keep looking stupid. A's bullpen, 153 whip, single-digit KBB. They've been a little bit better than maybe the ERA would suggest, but they've not been good. Rangers bullpen has been good. Mackenzie Gore is definitely a better pitcher than Poland Springs. I don't really quite understand. So, you take it for what it's worth. I'm going to go with the scoring. To be honest, Gore worries me a little bit. With the control, him up in the zone, the same kind of worries I have for Springs. So I do think we're over, but even if Gore shoves, give me Texas to score. So I'm going to keep betting these. I'm not usually that guy that I'm like. But when the road team in Sacramento has a 4.5 at, let's call it fair. I like to call it fair, minus 115 and better. You got to smash that fucking thing. Who are the A's getting out? I don't know. I hate doing this because I don't like being stupid. I think the book knows more than we do. We look for small, slight edges. This feels like a little bit more of an edge than I'm comfortable with. Just saying. Almost bet an irresponsible amount of money on the Rangers yesterday. I'm not even supposed to be live. By the way, the first combine failed. I think we were down 2 units, but I'm out. Got to restart. That's what it is. I'm going to do a separate combine episode. People have been asking. It is the best way to turn yourself into a professional, to stay live in these markets and understand while you backtest. Plus, you're going to save some money. I love you, Zio. That, again, this advice, combine advice, is something people pay hundreds of dollars for at financial advisor consultations. Okay? Just so you know. So, yeah, give me Texas. Give me the cover. I've obviously discarded the fucking timer. Damn it. Squirrel. Shit. All right, next up, I don't know how to go with these. Noah McLean and then Let's Go Mets Go. Heavy dog on the road against Yoshinobu Yamamoto and the Trolley Dodgers. The Dodgers are just so well built. It's hard to even find like a fucking edge. To me, if you can get Nolan McLean at plus 170 at 5, you just do that. Right? That's a thing that you do, and you kind of deal with it. You're facing the Dodgers. I'm sorry. You hold your nose and you do it, right? That's the right answer. You hold your nose and you do it. McLean is entirely too talented to get that kind of number. Baseball is entirely too variant. I know the Mets have been terrible, and I know they haven't scored a run in 50 years or something going on. It's just crazy. But again, you're just doing that. I'm in shocked. That's the number. I thought the full game is plus 180. I thought to be a little bit more of a starter bonus, but they're not. Because again, Yoshinobu is one of the best damn pitchers in the league. McLean and Yamamoto should be ridiculous. I don't even know what's the freaking. Maybe the edge is going under the 4 on this one. This being one of the few spots that we would. So I like to actually. Let me back it up 1 second. A plus 160 F5 money line generally means plus money getting the half run. McLean is entirely too good to get that. Like, how is that a thing? It's never been a thing. Mets run line, yeah, plus 105. Man, that's heavy. I don't know. That's a lot for a run in the run line. You got to figure that out on your own. I don't know. I am so conservative. I generally take plus money with the run, but plus 160 for McLean. Listen, it could be 1-0. This is where baseball betting goes fucking haywire. So, all right, that'll do it. Love you all. Appreciate you very much. Let's roll through some comments for the real ones out there. Right, I kind of wanted to streamline the show for the people that are really, focused. They have all their minutes accounted for. And away we go. User asks, is there a particular book I prefer? Yes, hit me up and I will send you a MyBookie referral. There's one special reason you like them over American books, but they also have the best pricing and they don't limit. They also have ladder stuff, right? Not everyone offers that, and they do have that stuff. They have alt pricing. They have a great F5 menu. I'm all about it, and they have all your kind of K stuff. Adonis, up in the bitch. Top of the morning. Good to see you, man. Good morning. Same to you, Brian. Good morning, everybody. Appreciate everybody for, hanging out. Aim said the over is sneaky up. This is where I'm going to get in trouble where make sure to put the games, everybody. Jason says, let's go. What's going on? Spoon is up in there. Yo, I appreciate it, man. Anytime people that I know do their own very high quality work that take the time out to, consume mine a little bit is really a pretty big compliment. And also, again, me whoring myself. It's a great compliment for the show when there are creators, gravitating. There's usually good stuff going on, unless it's to fade me, which I guess we actually don't know. My guy, Brooklyn Zone, is in there. How we doing? Brooklyn Zone goes 5-1 yesterday. Oh, look, I have another one of these. I forgot to do it yesterday. I do. That's a stupid look and a screenshot for everybody. 5-1. Love it. Spoon says I'm sleeping on the fish. Yeah, maybe. They were my dark horse pick preseason to outperform. Then go figure. They're like good, and I abandoned them. Mark with the good morning. Man, I just appreciate it. I can't believe it. Mark, I'm going to call at your place. Hold on. Mark says, don't be a hero on back the Mets until they start hitting. Make them prove it to you first. I hear you. Mark has his card out. I want to shout you out if you're going to do it. He's got Baltimore win, Pitt to cover, Detroit to win, Yankees to cover, Pitt and Wash over, Chicago, Philadelphia over. Those are 8.5, 9.5 respective. Like the way you're putting the tickets together, Mark. Appreciate you for, obviously you taking time. Spoon says, great work, John. No, great work to you, bro. You're on the real fucking show. you're on the good show. With all the viewers, you're on the good show. With all the popular dudes. But I appreciate you, man. I really do. I really respect your work and I love your work. Everybody that's listening to me should be checking out the Source Network. I think they do a midnight stream, early looks at lines. Great takes, of course. Kyle's a great host. Toast, Spoon, a couple other guys doing a thing. And then I think if you follow it up in the morning, man, you're set for the fucking day. I mean, it's all the things. So appreciate all that stuff. Jeff Ellis says he's taking a book from Jason, doing BTTS instead of TT. Oh, both teams to score. Yes, thank you for mentioning that. That's a kind of a creative way. It's a soft market because it's not very liquid. Where both teams to score 3, both teams to score 4. Kind of love that. So, Jason, your kind of work is resonating. Appreciate you. And that's it for everybody. So, let's do it. Thanks for picking up what I'm putting down here at Corked Stats. Like and subscribe and all that stupid shit. Check out the Substack or the video if you're on audio to show you see what the tools look like. And there's more behind the scenes. Plus, there's NFL stuff. I have really great NFL data. That's live right now. If you signed up and didn't know that, it's on the email. You have the link. I'll grant you access. When we get into the season, there is best ball ranks and waiver ads and weekly projections and picks. And I have differentials, which I have found if you're a bettor is like the data point that makes this entirely too cheap. I've had too many people tell me what they would pay me to take this down that I should have been like, okay, right? Imagine someone being like, I'll give you $1,000 a month to fucking not put this information out there. Anyway, let's get out of here, yo. Enjoy the games, enjoy the day. When we're done with the book, enjoy the pay. And remember, when you work this freaking hard, man, the winning feels a lot less like luck, yo. Peace out, kids.